Hey everybody, John Grimsmo here. Today is August 26th. That is my day. It's my birthday. 37 years old. And so here's the thing about John birthdays. Since I've been kind of an entrepreneur my whole life, and been with my wife for 15, 16 years, like a long time. Birthdays for me have always been kind of like, I get to do exactly what I want to do and only what I want to do, which is usually a work-related project. Especially lately. So today, my kind of solo mission, the thing that I exactly want to do is standing right behind me. Today's a Rask blade day. So I spent a lot of time thinking about this, planning it out, getting further on fixturing and toolpaths and stuff like that, but I'm dedicating the rest of today on how I'm going to mill, how I'm going to clamp, how I'm going to mill, and how I'm going to grind these bevels. And no promises as to how far I'll get, but I think I'll be able to get the clamps made and maybe some rough machining done on the side of the blade. Because I've got some cool theories that I am so excited to try out, and I'm glad that it's finally time to dig into that. So let's jump right in. Meg made cinnamon buns. She's awesome. Oh, Fraser's heating his up.
Damn right, I'm gonna do that too. That is the big brain play.
Look, we're making a video, guys. We are?
No more messages on Instagram, they're coming. We're busy making rasks. Almost.
There you have it. Alright, so, I've been on the computer on Fusion 360 for quite a while now, designing the clamps that I need to make in order to hold the blades in place. What I gotta figure out right now is I gotta make a choice to imagine if this is the fixture, if the blade is now inset into the fixture, if I have to machine like a relief. That's what we do on our Norseman pallets. The blade is actually, I think it's flush, like 125 in, and then the clamps go outside and have some relief area too so that they can clamp properly. In my model right now, I have it just slapped on the outside, but I don't like that because that doesn't give it any locating area. I don't need insane locating ability, but I need good. I need pretty good. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. Like on the Norseman, we have this pocket on the back of the blade on the fixture, so the blade just goes in against that pocket and it's fully supported along the back. So you get it plenty close enough every single time. It feels good. If you go with a pin solution, where there's like a pin in the fixture so the blade has to go in, go like that. The downside is you have to remove the clamp like far. You have to remove it off basically in order to slip it onto the pin, and that's annoying. So I might do a pin but have it like just stick out ever so slightly. I don't know, I'm playing with ideas right now. But I gotta make those decisions and then I gotta get moving because this, I believe, will be my clamp material. I'm trying to make it fit within this. I've got a couple of these that are already dovetailed. So I can clamp this and make this pretty easily. So see if I can get both clamps made in the same piece of metal. And then I gotta program that, and my goal is to run this by tonight. I got 3 hours. We'll see. Most of the time when I say my goal is to do this today, I get like 5% of that done. But so over here on the Mori, setting up for a run of Norseman tonight, you can see how I do it here. So this is my tried and true method. There's an inset cut into the pallet. The clamps are on the outside. They are also relieved into the fixture so that nothing's binding when you tighten down except for the clamp onto the blade. And it works very well. So we've got a blade mounted over here. You have to expose the whole bevel so that the tool like can reach everything it needs to, right? See how the clamps are kind of contoured, because the ball mill that we use almost kisses those clamps. And this works very well. So I'm going for basically the same theory on the Rask, the Kern Rask. Yeah, just the trick with the Rask is that there's very little area to clamp on, whereas the Norseman's got this big old flat section. This is an old blade, like 2015 blade. Come on. Number 75, yeah, that would have been 2015, 2016. And we tried to grind it soft and it burned really bad. So this ended up not being a good one, but it's a good example for us. Why are you focusing all over the place today? I'm sure I have the wrong setting. Anyway, yeah, so I don't have a lot to clamp onto here. So I got to clamp onto here. I got to clamp onto here. And I got to clamp onto the tip without, notice how the grinding and milling goes right up to there. So if I have a clamp right here, it's going to hit my clamp when it grinds away. So I got some interesting ideas here. Okay, I'll give you guys a quick poorly filmed intro just to what I'm working on right now. So actually there's so much I could talk about. So here's my Rask Tombstone. I want to put the hard blades on the side here with 2 blades, so left side, right side. I've got roughly the clamps in there where I want them. They still need to be tweaked and fine-tuned and made better. In this design, I'm playing with a lot of really neat, more advanced features of Fusion, like the derive feature, where you can take a single component from one file and drag it and import it into another file, and it's derived. So not the whole file, but just like a part of it, just like one screw or one pallet or one clamp or something. Derive it into a master file, and they're linked now. So every time you change one and save the other, it updates and it's linked. And I'm doing quite a bit of that here. The other thing you can do is I'm drawing a blank on the name right now. Where you drag the whole file into the thing. So you open up your tree and you pick a whole thing and you just drag and drop. That works well too. And then something they just came out with a few weeks ago is called Edit in Place. So this little tiny arrow that pops up when you have a linked document allows you to now edit. I move them, right. So I can now edit the sketches within this document instead of having to go to this other document and edit this stuff. I got to be careful of mismatching and mistiming the things so one doesn't save over the other. But it's kind of cool to be able to go in here and to be like edit sketch in place as an assembly. So I have my blade in here, I have my tombstone, I know where I want everything. You can see kind of what I'm doing with the clamps. So this is going to be a screw hole, and this is going to be a little finger clamp that goes into the blade. The screw hole is going to tow it down, and this is going to be a foot so that it has a pivot point to go against. And then here as well, I've got 2 screws going there. This will be your foot, and then this will be another screw kind of clamping the back side of the blade just to keep everything flat, because we're going to be milling and grinding this bevel. So I want to hold the blade from vibration, as much as I can on this flat and then up in this corner too, and on the tip. And then here, this angle from here to here is the sweep of the front part of the bevel that I'm actually going to 5-axis simultaneous this. So the whole tombstone is going to go up and the tool is going to sweep across that. So I need to make sure it's going to clear and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, and it's interesting because let me exit this edit in place. Let me save. So it's neat when you're making something because when you just draw some squares and extrude it, they look really gross as square corners. But the second you start rounding some corners, sometimes I'll do it in the sketch, sometimes I'll just do it afterwards. I mean, just the simple act of going like this, all of a sudden makes it look like a better part. Like, ooh, that's starting to look good. So you do that, and then let's say you want to corner around the top, and you go like that. Ooh, yes, now we're getting there. And then you go and you chamfer the screw holes just a little bit, not much, too much. 10 thou is all it needs. Now you're starting to look like a nice looking part. Whereas before, gross and square and yucky. And then I still have to bring the foot down, so I'm going to select this sketch. Actually, this is cool too about Fusion. you have your design tree down here. So this is the chamfer, the 2 fillets I did, the extrude. I probably should have done an actual screen recording of this, but whatever. So if I drag this back in time, I just temporarily got rid of all of the chamfers and fillets, and then I can extrude this foot down. What do I want? I don't know what length I want to do, so I'm just gonna guess there for now. And then I can drag these forward, and they didn't break. Perfect. So now it's, you know, it's getting there. Those cinnamon buns are so good. I think I might need to go get another one, or a third one or something. So good. Not too much icing, just perfect. They're huge though, as they should be. All right, I'm not quite ready to run code on the machine yet, but let's at least get the palette changed out. I'll show you guys how that works, and then we're at least a little bit closer to that. Just been crunching my head on the computer for a while now. I needed to get up and do something else. So I didn't even talk about this. Last few weeks, well, a little bit ago, I was making lock bar inserts for the Rask. Oh, prettiness. So I made this awesome fixture. I didn't film any of it because I just put my head down and got it done. Let me show you. So I made this quite elaborate 3-piece fixture that you can see the top 2 inserts I've already removed and the bottom 2 are still in there. Let's rotate it around a bit. Get some light in there. Yeah, so these 2 on this side are still in place. And the way I designed it was this clamp stays there. It's on a 72mm Aroa pallet. The material is dovetailed into the pallet. So I dovetail these blanks of material for the fixture. That turned out great. And then this is my secondary clamp here, so that I mostly machine the inserts, and then when they're almost all the way done, I add that secondary clamp, I add those little black screws right in there, and then I can zip around and I can fully profile the insert. So when they come off here, they are done. Like completely done. Come on. Yeah, and they turned out really good. I still have to fine-tune some of the thickness and the tolerance and the angle of the locking face and the hole diameters and things like that, but for production, because the first one and the second one were not identical, and that's due to, I think, vibration, some sort of fixturing something. So I gotta dial that in. But that's another project. I'm purposely putting that aside right now because I don't want to. I want to get blades going. So MDI, Cycle Def 340, workpiece number 9. So by typing that, it's going to tool change. No, it's going to palette change to number 9. Cycle start. Here we go. Door opens up. It's got to do a gripper change. No, it's going to take this one off first. There we go. Let's walk around. Parking it right over here, and I'm pretty sure it was 50. It's going to park the 72mm grippers and pick up the 148, I'm pretty sure. Really cool quick change system it's got there. Look at that. This does not take that long. And then we're coming over here, pick it up, and back in the machine. That's not that long. I mean, a minute so far, but with a gripper change, nothing to complain about. Beautimus. Sweet. So, while it's on my mind, give you another update. This is the Tombstone we made many episodes ago. We filled it with epoxy to reduce some vibrations. It kind of helped, it didn't really help. Regardless, I'm still making parts on it. It's fine. It's fine for now. But improved version is going to be different. Instead of having the channel out the side, we're going to core it down the top so that there's material all the way around. And since I didn't want to do that, I had my buddy Matt do it for me. And they're done. And they're done, and they're so good. They're so good. Look at this thing. Look at that hole. It's like a 3-inch hole, 8 inches deep. I was like, no thank you, I do not want to do that. And then he machined these aluminum top hats with an O-ring that will seal. So we're just gonna slather it up with grease inside, seal it up forever. Never need to do anything with it. And then I can machine the bottom for my mounting, and then the current can do the rest. But these turned out so good. And this should theoretically, hopefully, maybe not vibrate like the old one was. And yeah, maybe I'll talk about that more in another episode. Just wanted to tell you. Yeah. Rotate pallet, which side? This side, I'm pretty sure, is going to be our hard blade side. Blades are going to go right there, so if I have time today, which I'm getting lowish on time, I want to make the clamps, and I need to mill some features here and drill and tap some holes, thread mill some holes here. That's where I'm getting with that. So while my original theory was to make these clamps out of this guy, which will just fit, it won't work, it won't fit. Not well anyway. When you do this, you want to be able to get all the way around the tool, the part, which I can on this piece, but this piece is going to be hugging the bottom and there'll be a remnant left, and I could do it, but it would be completely unfinished. You know, actually, doing it like this isn't so bad, because then I could finish this piece properly, the small one, and then just leave the dovetail on the bottom here, except this piece would also be dovetailed, but kind of who cares for right now. The other alternative was to do it flat ways out of a square piece like that, and then it becomes a 2-op operation. And I got 5 axes. 2 ops is gross. But if I laid it flat, I could mill the top features, and then I could like vise them, grip them in the second op. Probably do this side first and do this side second. I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet, but I'm looking at this going, this could actually work. I might just do this and move forward. Yeah, decided. Let's do it. And since we're doing it that way, I just realized we don't really want the Tombstone on the machine. We want the 5th axis vise on the machine. So we're going to be using this one. I got to flip the jaws around so that right now they're in an ID clamping. I need them in an OD clamping, if I said that right. Anyway, I got to flip spots or flip them 180 or something. Won't take too long. Oh, those are tight. Okay. Huh? I'm sure I'm doing a big giant no-no by using a torque wrench to unscrew. This is my cheap torque wrench, I don't care. I'm really trying not to use these shelves as tool storage devices, because I had a couple friends that told me horror stories about leaving junk here and having crashes and things like that, so I'm trying. I shouldn't do that. As much as I just want to put it down right now. What I really need is a second vise where I can keep one set ID and one set OD. And then I don't have to switch. Alright, do another pallet change to pallet number 12 this time. Alright, so I got 3 tool paths done. I got a spot, I got a drill, and then I got that whole adaptive, all that clearing the flat area. I'm gonna pull a Dr. Phil, my buddy, and I'm gonna run this now. That's gonna run for about 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna program the rest of it while that's running. So with 5-axis machining, it's a little bit different. Well, it's not different. I've adopted a different way to define my work coordinate system. That is your XYZ 0. And on the 5-axis, it's sweet because it never changes, really. I've decided to put it at the base mounting plate of the Aroa pallets. This the part that never ever ever moves. And the pallets go on top and they have the little locating pads. That's your Z0. That never ever changes. Big pallets, big parts, small parts, doesn't matter. And then your XY is always on the center of rotation. This file that I copy and pasted still had the old fixture offset, which was at the top of a pallet. Not cool. And I missed it, and I even have a sticker right here. Right there, a piece of tape that says phase out preset 1, all new presets below. Yeah, I just gotta watch that. It's like Saunders has been really good and pushing me to create templates for 5-axis, which I'm sort of doing, except it's not really a template, it's more of a copy paste, the last one that worked, and I failed here. So having a solid template, like a default file that has your vise that moves, that has some dovetailed stock, that has a bunch of standard tool paths, things like that, that you have your template, you copy and paste that and create your new file within that, and then you build upon the template when you have changes and updates and betterment, things like that. And I need to do that. Anyway, I can fix that, post it again, we'll be good next time. But that is why I always watch the first movement, first travel, and slow it down and be like, does that look right? Yeah, that looks right. Or not. So you can see it right there. That's my origin and fusion. Right now it's on the mating surface between the 5th axis and the Aroa. It's right there. You got a perspective view. I need to move it down to this. These are the mounting feet. So that's going to be my Z0. So I just need to move that down to here. It's super easy. I think I can do it even while filming here. Edit that. It is this. There we go. I mean, if I just go model origin, it should work. And then we're good. That is a bit more like it. It does get close though. That thing's booking. I'm winding down here, reaching the last few minutes before I gotta go home. Being that it's my birthday, my wife's doing a barbecue, I'm not gonna be late for that one. So yeah, just got, you can see where the scroll bar is here. There, just got a little bit of code left. Another 5 minutes probably. It's going really good. And then I've got some more tool paths. I'm liking this fill method. Make some adaptive tool paths that are going to run for 10 or 20 minutes, go back to the computer, program some more, and piece away at it. For prototype work, that works quite nicely. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, we'll let that run out. I'm liking this. I think this is going to work really well, the way I've got it. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but using the material that I have, using code that I already had kind of structured from before, it was the quickest way to do it. Once I make a lot of these clamps, I'll be doing it a little bit differently. But for now, this is going to be great. Anyway, I'll wind this video down right now. Happy birthday to me. Having a good day. Having a good day. Man, life is good right now. I haven't put up a lot of videos lately, and I kind of feel bad about that, but the other part of me is like, you know what? We've been really busy, and in a great way, and I've just been head down focused, getting so much stuff done. There's a lot of amazing projects we've been working on that I'll catch you guys up on someday. But this was a good little Rask update for you guys. I know you guys have been itching for it, and I've been itching for it, and I've been itching to get to these blades. and now I can actually focus on the blades for the next few days and get these guys done. Very excited about that. And I'm winding down the prototyping phase of doing the rasks, which is amazing. Once I get the blades dialed, I just have to make a pocket clip. I have zero worries about making the pocket clip. It's going to be easy. And then we have a rask. And then minor fine tuning here and there. Like I still got some lock bar insert tweaks to make, but rask. So I put this one together with an old clip and an old blade. They're DLC'd from like 3 or 4 years ago. And I did it in order to feel the lock bar insert and fine tune. So I've finished 2 lock bar inserts. Kind of didn't like the first one, kind of didn't like the second one, but I know what's wrong with each one so that I can make the next ones better. And with those fine little tweaks, get them exactly how I want them. Because that is a part that needs to be completely dialed. And then once I get the new blades off, then I can put it into a knife and see what else I don't like about it and tweak that. Point is, I'm getting very, very close. And while this combination, this is lock bar insert number 2, and there's problems with it. So I'm not happy with how it flips and how it locks and how it sticks and all that. But I was much happier with the first one. Either way, I'm very excited to see this knife come back in. The current just finished its run, and I'm going to cut out for now, but I will be back with another video very soon. I'm sure we'll get this one up very shortly, and I hope you guys are great, and I will see you soon. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.